Trying to close without a real objection framework is like trying to cut a lovely juicy steak with a spoon. Technically possible, but you're going to be in tears before you get your first bite. That was a terrible analogy, but seriously, AI has just wiped out low-ticket fluff and crap sales scripts. If you want to keep getting paid, you need to do what the robots can't, and that's lead transformational conversations where you're bringing clients from a no or an I don't know all the way to a yes. This episode is going to be a big one. I'm going to go through in detail my exact method for this because something AI doesn't know, not all objections are created equal. My name's Luke, been in the sales game for over 20 years. I'm really excited for this video. And don't forget to drop your email below. We have a ton of new sales assets coming online soon. We're building some really cool apps for you and everything is going to be free. But before we get started, understand one thing. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We're going looking for objections here. We're going into the zone where we can really make some serious money here. And one thing I've noticed in recent years is that once great salespeople are now leaning on the AI to help them out. Guys, we're getting lazy when it comes to the fucking basics of sales. But don't worry, I'm about to remind you that you can absolutely still sell better than a bot and be 100% human. Strap in, we're going deep. So what's the context? What are the stats? Where are we starting from here? Well, let's be honest. If you're a coach, a creator, a closer, if you're in any kind of business, you know that a sale rarely happens on the first attempt. In fact, statistically speaking, only 2% of sales close at the first attempt. So we're up against it, right? 60% of prospects say no 4 times before they say yes. And 80% of deals will close after the 5th engagement, when most reps get lazy, give up after 2. And with those statistics comes that sales volume mentality that we need to get away from. And yes, AI can help you with that. It can write you a decent script, a decent email, a decent DM, but it cannot bring a human onto a call or a meeting, hold tension, diagnose the pain, and bring them from a no to a yes. That's the edge, and that's the objection handling zone that we need to get into right now. So let's get into the framework. We're going to break down 5 very common sales objections. But spoiler alert, there's really only 3. Let me explain. You see, we've got smoke screens, and then we've got real objections. Smoke screens are objections like, I need to think about it, I need to talk to my partner, blah, 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 blah. Real objections are fear, money, and logistics. And so your job is to respectfully clear the smoke screen, raise that one objection, handle it, and move on. Right, so let me show you what I call the Onyx method. Look, I'm a content creator now. I needed some sort of abbreviation to brand. Bear with me on this one. Onyx, O-N-Y-X. Open the objection, acknowledge it, agree with them. N, name the goal. This is where we anchor them back to their original desired outcome. Y, yank the root. We got to go after the objection. What is the fucking problem? And X is for transfer to the plan. So we're going to solve the objection with a clear next step. Doesn't need to be perfect, but again, what we're trying to do is clear the smoke, raise up the objection, and move along. Right, so let's think about the I need to think about it smoke screen. You're going to open with, yeah, that's fair enough, because you're acknowledging them. And then N, we're going to name the problem. So James, before you go away and think about it, do you think that this could actually get you to where you need to go? And then Y, yank the root. This is where we go for it. Cool. So what's the real reason you need to think about it? Is it confidence, time, money? What is it? And then X, we're going to transfer to a plan. So if it's price, right, got it. The real problem is the price. Can we talk about a few different payment options? Maybe it's confidence. Cool. So is it confidence in me, yourself? Have you been burned before? James, come on, tell me about this confidence issue that you have. And then we're moving. We've gone looking for it, we found it, and now we can move along. Another smoke screen, talk to the wife, talk to the partner. So we're going to open in, makes sense. My partner likes to weigh in on the financial decisions as well. Then again, we're going to name the goal, bring them back to their desired outcome. Before you talk to your partner, you do believe that this could get you to where you need to go, yes? And then we're going to yank the root. So when you talk to your partner, what do you think they're going to care most about? Is it the outcome? Is it the cash flow? Is it the risk? What is it? Oh, it's the cash flow problem. And then you can transfer to the plan. So one option would be, James, let's just take 60 seconds more and work out a little plan that we can both present to your partner. Maybe bring her on the call as well. How does that sound? Let's move on to some real objections now. So, money. It's too much money. Totally agree with you. Big moves feel big. But if funds weren't the factor, would you jump on this today? Great. So is this more about how we structure the payment or confidence that you're going to see the return on the investment? And then we transfer to a plan. So if it's more of a structure and logistics objection, fantastic, Mr. Client. How about we take a deposit today, a full balance in 3 weeks, and that way your cash flow remains sane. Or maybe it's more of a confidence and fear objection, in which case, how about, Mr. Prospect, we take 5 more minutes and I talk you through a few of my case studies and the outcomes that my previous clients have had, and how we can absolutely de-risk your investment within the first 2 weeks. Something like that, yeah? Next is the fear objection. This is a big one, but we can be a bit more direct here. We don't always need the N of Onyx. So when they say they're not sure or they've been burned before, we acknowledge it, we open and we say, I totally get that. But then we're straight into the yanking. And we're going to bring our prospects into 4 potential conversations. Is it me? Is it you? Is it yesterday? Or is it tomorrow? So is it me? Are you afraid that I can't deliver on my promises? Is it you? Are you afraid you can't actually commit and execute on this program? Is it yesterday? Do you still have that previous burn in your mind? And is that what's bothering you? Or tomorrow? What if it fails? And so you can see quite easily we've given them 4 different paths to take. They're still going to feel in control of the conversation. You've given them plenty to think about. And when they do say, well, actually, it's this problem, then we can bring them along that line. Keep diagnosing, keep solving. And then once that's boxed off, we're going to either close the call, hopefully with a payment, or we can come back if there's more fear. But again, we're surfacing the objections and we're bringing our clients on a conversational journey to get rid of that fear. The 5th real objection is logistics. So quite often this is where money becomes the issue, or potentially a start date, something very binary that's the blocker here. So we're going to open with, totally understand, I want to make this doable for you. So you're on their side. And then we're going to transfer to a plan, a payment plan, maybe a slightly different schedule, a slightly different start date, whatever it could be. But again, we're attacking those objections head on. And when it comes to things like start dates and money, these are the last hurdles that we often have to overcome in a sales conversation. So it's always best to be super direct. And if we're going to use the N of the Onyx, in this one, we can bring it into the end. Because if we're surfacing these objections and we're handling them and we're generally trying to help our prospects get on board with whatever we're selling, then if that's not working, we need to bring them back at the end to the end. Remind them why they're here. Why is this their desired outcome? And then we go again. Open, yank, keep moving, keep diagnosing, keep giving our prospects options to pick, making the objections a bit more straightforward to close. I totally get it. If you're new to objection handling, this feels totally counterintuitive to actually go after the objection. Back when I was doing face-to-face sales, I was always the nice guy. I was always Mr. Rapport. But quite often, I wasn't the top seller. And it's because I wasn't having the awkward conversations. I wasn't going looking for the tension, looking for the objections, looking for the problems that it was ultimately my job to solve. And everything changed once I realized the tension was good and objections were actually there to help me close the deal. And they're there for you. So your 7-day challenge this week is every time you have a sales call, don't just plow on to the next one. Take a minute and think about which objections did I hear on this call? Were they smoke screens or were they real? And if they were real, which ones were they? And which paths did I lead my prospects on to close the deal? And look, maybe you didn't close the deal. Maybe you didn't actually bring them on that journey. That's okay too. If this is new for you, we've got to start getting the reps in. But the really important thing is that we start with a plan. And even if we don't end up executing on that plan, that we review at the end and we're stronger on the next call. The reps will help us win the deal. As always, you can email me your best and worst experiences and I'll help you review them as well. Check out the links below. We have a ton of new sales assets online and coming down the line in forms of free apps for you to track your reps, get more yeses, and be better. Have a great day.